Hey up, how do? Right, second video of the day, and I have 4 news stories for you. So this is my weekly update. I will have like a little title card for that, but not yet. So weekly update. If you can't make yourself laugh, you know. Anyway, so 4 stories. The last one, stick 4 or skip to the end because it's a cool one and it's a fun one. It's something that fascinates me. So let's get into it. So we all know that Shamima Begum or Begum wants to come back over here, but all the kids are dead, so it's not like she can use that, because normally what happens is these women have got kids, they can't bring the kids over without the mother, and then the mother's allowed back in, and blah de blah, 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 you know. So here's a dead. No, any loss of a child's life is disgusting. I don't care who they are, who their parents are. A loss of a child's life is wrong, but it is her own fault. Anyway, here we go. Germany and Finland have opened the doors. They have repatriated 5 women and 18 children from Syrian camps housing suspected family members of Islamic State. The foreign ministries of both nations said the women and children were brought back this weekend for humanitarian reasons. They do not belong in your countries anymore. They fled your country to go to a war zone to marry a muzzy who is committing terrorist acts, being a horrible, horrible person, and they have children with them. That is no reason to bring these people back. They didn't want the safety of those countries before, so they don't deserve them now. Plus, women, you find a lot of these women are a lot more hardline than the men. Like, the men may seem it, but these women are fucking nuts, man. You see stories all the time, and like, the women are more hardcore than a lot of the men. So I just think this is going to help. It's just opening the floodgates to more of these dirty little scumbags coming over here, committing more terrorist acts. Because you think these are going to grow up as like telling their kids, "Oh, it's all right, kiddie. Yeah, it's fine. Daddy was a terrorist. He was a horrible man." Do you think they're going to do that? No, it's Daddy was a hero. He was a hero for Allah and Muhammad and blah, 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 blah. That's what's going to happen, and you're going to create more of these extremists. So send them back, get them gone. Do not allow them back into these countries. Hundreds of Europeans who joined IS are in Kurdish-run camps in northern Syria. Okay, they joined that Islamic State. That is their citizenship of any country that they hail from. Nixed, gone, off you go. No thanks, we don't want you. Many of them are suspected wives and children of IS fighters or sympathisers of the jihadist group. Either, they don't deserve to be back. Concerned about the security risk they pose, some European governments have been reluctant to repatriate citizens from the camps. The case of Shamima Begum, the British schoolgirl who joined IS in 20... It's nice to see him say, who joined, not fled the country. In 2015 and was later stripped of UK citizenship on security grounds is one prominent example, but human rights groups have urged the government to take their citizens back, arguing that leaving women and children in the camps put them at risk of illness and radicalisation. They will already be, no matter what, these kids are going to be radicalised, whether it is over there or over here. They have hardline mothers who left the safety of the countries they were in to go to a war zone under the guise of loving their God and willing to kill, murder, rape, maim, all that sort of stuff for their God. These women did that. They weren't tied up and dragged over there. They went of their own free will. There is no way they aren't going to radicalise their children. Illness, not our fucking problem. Alright? So, yeah. Sunday, Germany's Foreign Minister Heiko Maas said he was very relieved that we were able to repatriate another 12 children and 3 mothers from the camps in northeastern Syria yesterday. He said it's not legally possible to repatriate children without the mothers. Then don't repatriate them. That's one story. I hope that's annoyed you. Because if they think about doing it here, I genuinely think that that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I really do. Absolutely diabolical. Right. Second one. Harry Dunn. This is the young man right here. He was cycling home. And I love Yanks. I love America and all that. But this bitch right here needs to burn. She's dragging back here behind a horse, right, and hung by her legs while people beat her like a piñata, because what she did is disgusting. I don't mean that, it's just a metaphor. Harry Dunn, the young gentleman who was murdered by a woman who has no diplomatic immunity due to the fact she is not the person with the immunity. Anyway. The Crown Prosecution Service has said there remains a realistic prospect of conviction for Harry Dunn's alleged killer. Alright. Allegedly. A High Court ruling saying she had diplomatic immunity. Mr. Dunn, 19, died when his motorbike was in a crash with a car near RAF Croughton, Northamptonshire in 2019. Excuse me, itchy bum. The suspect, 43-year-old Anne Sacoolas, later left for the United States on diplomatic immunity grounds. No. She didn't just leave, right? That same day, she got on a plane and fucked off because she knew she'd killed a teenage boy, a young man just entering his life. Miss Sacoolas, whose husband Jonathan Sacoolas, whose husband Jonathan works as a technical assistant in an RAF base, was charged with causing death by dangerous driving in December, but extradition was denied by the US in January. Right. Why the piss has she got diplomatic immunity when her husband is just working for the RAF? It's not like he's some high up fucking spook or out like that, is it? No. He's a technical assistant. That shouldn't give anybody diplomatic immunity. It's fucking... drives you mad. A legal challenge by Mrs. Charles and Mr. Dunn's father, Tim Dunn, claimed Mrs. Sacoolas should not have been granted immunity. November, High Court judges concluded Miss Sacoolas enjoyed immunity from UK criminal jurisdiction at the time of Harry's death. Mrs. Charles and Mr. Dunn have been granted permission to appeal against the decision. The East Midlands Chief Crown Prosecutor Janine Smith wrote a letter to the Dunn family. It said, having considered the judgment and notwithstanding the outcome in respect of diplomatic immunity, I am satisfied there remains sufficient evidence for a realistic prospect of conviction and that it remains in the public interest for the prosecution to continue. The CPS remains of the view that Ms. Sacoolas should return to the UK and stand trial. I do hope this confirmation is some small comfort to Harry's family and friends at this challenging time. This bitch needs dragging back here. Because I swear to God now, any Americans that watch my stuff, right? I love you, I love your country. I don't know what it is. I have an affinity with the Yanks, but I am also a very proud Brit and Yorkshireman. Right, if a wife of a British soldier that was over there doing some work in the US had run over a 19-year-old in your country, you would have been screaming and shouting for the fucker's head. You would have made sure that they ended up back in your country, whether through legal means or someone grabbing them and taking them back over there illegally, which could possibly happen. You would have been screaming for his head, her head, whoever it was. So please do not try and act all, oh yeah, but she's got this. Don't fucking fly. She ran over a 19-year-old boy just starting his life out and then ran off and got away with murder. You cannot agree with that at all. Oh my God, this one. Right, okay. So we all know who Edward Izzard is, Eddie Izzard. Now, I've never really watched his stuff. I don't really find him a funny comedian. Sorry. Her. Because... Eddie Izzard was applauded for requesting the use of she and her pronouns during a recent appearance. Has a penis, but wishes to be called her or she. Now, I ain't a woman. it's still a penis. But, right, I ain't a woman. But what really fucks me off is the fact of, how can you women, any of you feminists out there, be happy with the fact that a man is wanting to be called a woman? Like, women have fought for equality and all this sort of shit for fucking years, for then men to turn around and say, nah, I'm now a woman. How can you allow it? I mean, my God, it genuinely just blows your head, doesn't it, really? You got to think about this. Fought for feminism and equal rights for women. Believes men have done this to women all these years. But completely happy with men going into female changing rooms, going into female toilets. Being called a woman, even though they have a beard, a dick, and no titties. Then again, nice pair of man boobs. But anyway, how can women want this shit? Is it all just to seem virtuous? Is it all this, look at me, I'm accepting, love me, pay me some attention? Is it that? Or is it just the fact of, what? Because I don't fucking know. Women I've spoken to just genuinely do not get it. They get fucked off with it, and they also say if they see a bloke walking at the female toilets, he will get a swift kick in the knackers. What comes to it when a bloke walks into a girl's toilet and the police get called and the police turn up? What are you doing in there? I identify as a woman. Sorry, excuse me, we're arresting you, love. You rang the police, you are a bigot, we're arresting you for hate crime. So Eddie Izzard has always been a bit of a fucking weirdo. He's now being remarked as a trailblazer, even though that none of this shit's new. And for years people have been, oh, he, her, blah, blah, all that. Honestly, you got a dick. Really? Really? Ladies, please, in the comments below, let me know what you think about all this transgender shit. Like, I really, truly want to know off women who watch my content. Do you agree? And I don't. And as for my final one to leave you with today, the Star of Bethlehem is back as of tomorrow night. Because when the comet Neowise came, I heard about the Great Conjunction, and there is a conjunction where the planets will align. Now, Jupiter and Saturn are set to cross paths in the night sky, appearing to the naked eye as a double planet. The timing of this conjunction, as the celestial event is known, has caused some to suggest it may have been the source of a bright light in the sky 2,000 years ago, known as the Star of Bethlehem. Which is cool as shit. Keen stargazers in the UK will have to keep a close eye on the weather to avoid an astronomical disappointment. We know it's going to piss it down, so much as I want to see it, I know I'm not going to. Any evening it's clear is worth grabbing a chance because the weather doesn't look great. Dr. Carolyn Crawford from the University of Cambridge's Institute of Astronomy told the BBC. If there is a gap in the winter gloom, both planets will appear in the southwest sky just above the horizon shortly after sunset. The best view of the night sky on Monday will be to the north of the UK, whereas clear skies should develop. Not looking so good for places further south where it will stay cloudy. Oh my God. Some astronomers and theologians think that this was the Star of Bethlehem, as Professor Eric M. Vandel-Lakel, a professor of religion from Ferrum College in Virginia, pointed out in an online article. The timing has led to a lot of speculation about whether this could be the same astronomical event that the Bible reports led the wise men to Joseph, Mary, and the newly born Jesus. The baby Jesus. It's not just modern festive speculation. The theory was that the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn might be the Star of Wonders, proposed in the early 17th century by Johannes Kepler, a German astronomer and mathematician. 2,000 years ago, people were more aware of what was happening in the night sky, so it's not impossible that the Star of Bethlehem was a planetary alignment. Right. As these planets cross path on their journey around the Sun, Conjunctions are not particularly rare, but this one is special. Conjunctions are a great thing to see, and they happen fairly often, but for the planets to be this close is quite remarkable. Professor Tim O'Brien, an astrophysicist from the University of Manchester. The two planets, the largest in the solar system and some of the brightest objects in the visible sky, have not been this close to each other in a dark sky for 800 years. 800 years. What more do you want? Well, listen, everyone, go outside, look up at the sky. Don't stand with your mouth open, you'll drown if it rains. Sorry, shit dad joke. Anyway, I thought I'd finish off with a fun story, something that really interests me. I love space, mainly because my head is up there the majority of the time. Right, so please comment, like, share and subscribe. Let me know what you think about all this she-her crap and the ISIS brides, blah blah blah. Just let me know, yeah? I do have a PayPal in the description below if you care to give me a tip. Yeah. Much love to you all for watching. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Much love to you all. To my Yorkshire Puddings, who are my fans. I love you all. And a Merry fucking Christmas.